For initial setup, take the spectrum selector wheel and place it right in the box. Then make sure you've shuffled the advanced deck and set it aside, and that you've shuffled the original deck and set it in the play area. The active player will be able to turn back the veil, look at where the spectrum is, look at what the clue needs to be from between easy to kill to hard to kill, give their clue, cover it back up, and then the other team will move the red dial to where they think that spectrum is. They want to try to hit that 4, so they try to dial it in. Oh, they're easy to kill, hard to kill. Some argument happens back and forth, and they just dial it in and then reveal the C. And that would be 3 points. Alright, so in the gameplay turn, you can choose to either use the advanced set or the regular set. You may even shuffle them together if you want. The advanced set are a bit more ambiguous and have a lot more arguing can go in. And the original set are pretty straightforward. Least evil company, most evil company. We'll use the one from the beginning here. That's the easy to kill, hard to kill. We're going to look at where the spectrum is. And then say something like movie villains. The other team will guess where they think movie villains go in the hard to kill, easy to kill spectrum. They'll dial it in, and once they reveal it, they're going to decide to get points. That is sort of right on the line. If it was a 4, they would get to put another card in the draw deck, and if it's 3, they just get those 3 points. And then you can move the pencil, say who's the active team or active player. Switch out the card, and then go from there. Spin that white fringe on the outside. This is what changes how the spectrum looks. Then they say, okay, it's almost all the way to the right, so I'm going to give them a clue that is more of a meal than a snack. Like chicken carbonara. They're going to guess. They're going to look and say, well, I snack on carbonara all the time. The game also has an app. It's free on the App Store, just following this QR code here. And we play it all the time. The next section of this video will be about the app. So once you have the app, you hit play, and then it tells you it's for 2 to 10 players. You might want to do this over Discord because the game is a lot about communication. You get to join a game with a room code or host a game. I'm going to host a game. And I'm going to decide which packs I want. My code's the XFWF. Your Majesty joined the game, so we're going to start it up. You get 6 minutes to type in 3 clues. And then here we go. I've got clue 1, underpaid to overpaid. There's my spectrum. I'm going to say teachers. Teachers are wildly underpaid. Good person, bad person, jaywalkers. You know, they're kind of bad people. A good movie, bad movie. A good movie I like a lot. Pop star, never stop, never stopping. At the same time, the other player is putting in their hints. Then once the game is ready, it'll start up. This is that 6 minutes they have. And it's going to randomly assign one person's clue first. So they're going to go. I'm not going to say anything. They're going to move the red dial and decide where they think teachers are on the spectrum of underpaid to overpaid. And yeah, they're underpaid. I just think they're more underpaid than the other player did. Then you can do kinds of fun emojis. They have fun sounds. Then next up is the other person's clue that I'm going to guess. So this is what it looks like as a guesser. It says spaghetti. Is that dry food or wet food? I mean, I make a pretty mess with it, so fairly wet. I mean, it's not soup. Hey, pretty close. That's 3 points. That's really good. And then again, more fun emojis. Always feels nice. And then they're going to guess jaywalker, good person, bad person. They're pretty neutral on that. Slightly good person. I was kind of the other way around. Slightly bad person. So then you can have these like sad emojis for missing it. On their clue, widget, that's our cat. Is he a round animal or a pointy animal? Thinks he's pretty round because he's a big butterball. But not like so round. Yeah, I was actually closer to right the first time, and I left it before I adjusted it. Would have been right on. And now for my final clue. Good movie, bad movie, pop star, never stop, never stopping. That is supposed to be her knowing my opinion of it and set it towards bad movie, so no points. Lots of poop emojis because I really like that movie. It's not like the greatest, and there's lots of problematic stuff, but that's kind of the point of it. And then for the other player's last clue, Gizmos that's our other cat. Is it soft or hard? And oh man, it's pretty soft, but I guess I didn't consider softer things like clouds. I don't know, but I missed points because it was not the softest thing possible. And then that's game over. It's going to see how you did. It shows you the point range, the yikes, okay, nice, good, great, wow. We ended up in the 7 points in the kind of higher end of okay. And then just from right there, you can play again with the same group or go back to the lobby.
Wavelength. A pretty great two-player game is the way we mostly play it, or with a smaller group of up to 4, but it's a party game. You can do 12 or more people separating into teams that are either, left brain, right brain teams. You can have odd numbers or whatever. But as you saw from the gameplay example, it's, put up a card, one team decides where the point value is by splitting it blindly, reveal it, see where that point value is, try to give a clue that gets the other team to guess in that space. And like from our example being the hard to kill, easy to kill, I like the main character example because they are hard to kill. And the villains are always saying, why don't you just die? But then they, go on to live. So that's been lots of fun. 2 rights and a wrong. We have Wavelength. It coming with a free app, I think, is brilliant because that way we could be able to play on the go at a restaurant because you don't have to shout out stuff because you actually type in your clue. As I put the screen recording up so you guys see how the app works. Just really enjoy that. That's a very clever add-on for the game and gave it lots of value to me that we bought a game that we play around the table, but it came with a free game we can play on the go is fantastic. And yeah, it's limited. You have to pay for packs to get some of the other
more clues
and more ranges and stuff. But hey, having a game in your pocket, hey, we're bored, we're waiting for a plane, a train, an automobile, whatever, whip out Wavelength, and that's lots of fun.
Yeah. The second right would be the physicality of the game. I think it's a lot of fun to actually be able to physically spin the wheel and look at it yourself secretively, and then put this, figure out a clue based on that secret scale, and then physically turn the device to your loved ones, and then have them physically looking at it and having to set the the red marker where they think it's going to be. It just adds something extra special to the game.
Yeah, I just do love that moment when we play it the collaboratively mode, where I'm trying to get her to guess something that I know in my mind. Now I need her to cyclically mind meld with me across the table and be like, how white I like my coffee. So much creamer it turns white. So it's on a scale of light to dark, and be like, my coffee. And then she's like, oh, that's super light. There's so much creamer in there. And just so you have those ends with your family members, but sometimes they just are not on the same wavelength, which is like super fun. Really, really enjoy that part of the game. So it's another one of those new additions to our thing. We played a bunch. Thanks to the app, we played additionally on the go. And it's been a really fun addition to our situation.
Yeah, and I think the wrong would have to be the limited clues. I mean, there are lots of fun clues, but they are not numerous. You know, they're numerous, but they are not infinite, you know? So
right. The spectrums are pretty limited. From this side to that side, there's only so many of those cards. And then doubly so in the app, it's a much smaller pool. So you start getting the same ones quicker.
Yeah. So
good.
No, go ahead.
So yes, you can pay to expand the app, like buy packs to make it bigger, but I don't know. I've already bought the game. It'd be nice at least the whole base game was in the app, and it's not. But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's just our wrong.
Yeah. So I would say overall with the wrong, it's just got to be that there's not enough variety of clues. But the variety of clues that there are quite good overall. There are very few that I'm like not that interested in. Most of them are pretty clever.
And also, the advanced ones, it seems like because of that space, they've taken away what could be more regular ones. That space they've used for the advanced ones are just harder to get people on the same level as. So if we were to play this with our kids, we couldn't use the advanced ones because it's like the weight of a cloud, from light to dark or whatever. The advanced spectrums are just more arbitrary and makes it harder. So I think I would have liked for them all to be, regular spectrums, and then maybe advanced being an extra add-on or expansion.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing this game could easily sell little packs of expansion spectrums.
Cheap little, little baggies
$5-10 card packs.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, all in all, we love it. I mean, we've only played with a maximum of 4 people. We've always played it in a collaborative way. But you can play teams. You can keep score, go head to head.
Well, I guess technically we've played head to head in the app.
Oh yeah, in the app.
So we do have the head to head experience with the game as well, and it's pretty fun. But I'm just not that competitive, I guess. So I still prefer collaborative, and I love that it has the option of both, really. So that's also pretty great. In terms of players, so like you mentioned, it's 2 to 12 players, but again, it's really 2 to 12 teams or individuals. So you can really have as many as you can tolerate to play. 30 to 45 minutes, and I'd say that's pretty accurate because you want to give people some time to think about what their scale is that they're going to give for each clue and things like that, to give some really good ones. But it could certainly be a pretty quick game, especially because you can kind of easily have your own house rules of, if you want to do a quicker game, you could just go to less points essentially. So it could be a really quick game. You can make it longer if you want to for the same reason, same way. And then ages 12 and up, I think that's a little on the conservative side. I definitely think younger kids could definitely enjoy it. Really, as long as they're able to read, there's no reason they can't have some cards that kids can then do this with as well. I don't see any level of difficulty that would be too complex for a kid who can read, to be honest.
Right. And then it's had some experiences. The example on the box is a spectrum from hot to cold. And then you would give the clue coffee because it's more hot than cold. It's past the medium range.
That's their example. But for a kid, you can say lava or you can say ice,
Right. Depending on where the numbers are. Those kids do know what hot and cold are. So
you can tailor the game to be kid friendly, essentially.
Right. Yeah. So if you were so inclined, you could probably even play this with your 5 or 6-year-old.
Or you can tailor it to be really adult if you wanted to have an intimate experience with your loved ones. Hopefully not with your parents, but...
This isn't that kind of channel, but you could make anything naughty. So.
Right, yeah. You could really do, it could really be any age rating, I think, as long as, again, they are able to read the clues. That's really all you need. But yeah. So overall rating is 7.5
Yeah.
because it is definitely passing, as you like to say, but also it's one, the way I look at it, for me, it's one that I want on my shelf of games, but not necessarily going to be in the top list of games I grab, but definitely a high contender for a quick, fun, easy to learn party game.
Yeah. And if I was going to only have 100 board games, this would be one of them. So when I try to think about like our top games, the ones we go through, the nines, like Splendor will play anytime. That's going to be in my short list of top 10 games probably. This is definitely in one I want to own for a long time. And even with the app, you could like donate this or give it to somebody else as a Christmas gift and just play the app. I think this one's it's a keeper because our watershed is like keep or donate. This is a keeper. So I think 7.5 is really, really good and fair for them.